That ball is dug up by Guerra. Ball is hit by McGraw. That's blocked by Hewitt. Hawaii with it. Hit by Danielson. Guerra pops it up in the air. Van Orden goes to McGraw, and she gets it in. That went by Hewitt, and it went by Santelli. Serving will be Sage. Dug up by Danielson. Mafua, back set to Santelli, and the block was right there. McGraw was there. McGraw was there along with Camp. Camp is a big feature for UCLA on the defense. Serving to Sage. That's dug up by Kai Hui. Mafua sets up Santelli. Tries for the corner and gets it in. Marvelous kill shot that time.
It really was. The block was up there and she could tell, so she just went high, hands deep, corner. Imagine this UCLA team had they retained, two All-Americans. The setter, Lauren Cook, who went back to Nebraska to play for her father, John, and Amanda Gill, who's an All-American now at University of Washington.
Santelli serving. The ball dug up and hit over by Reeves. It's blocked back, no whistle. Smith was there with the dig. There's Danielson. Serving is Van Orden. Gets it in. Kai Hui. Mafua. That ball by Weber. That'll be returned. There's Reeves. Almost knocks over Kai Hui. Ball is hit over again by Weber, and that goes off the back row, goes off McGraw. Weber comes away with the kill.
Now, for the first time in 3 nights, we're seeing Hawaii get off to a decent start in game number 2.
10-8. Serving for Hawaii is Kai Hui. In the air by Van Orden. Hawaii will have another crack at it. Ball comes over by Hewitt. That's saved by Guerra. And UCLA comes down. Kidder will be credited with the kill shot. So Mafua will serve for Hawaii. Dug up by Guerra. Waiting for it, Van Orden. Goes to Kidder. That's blocked by Danielson. Solo block. So timeout for UCLA. Hawaii leading by 3 in the second set. More to come. Here's Kidder. She serves. Dug up by Danielson. Mafua goes to Santelli. And it was a big crowd. Santelli was able to avoid the rush there and get it down.
Second time tonight, Chantil's found a way to wiggle her way or squeeze her way through well-formed blocks. Kind of like her mother used to do when they won the NCAA championship back-to-back in '82 and '83.
Serving is Danielson. Gets it in. Dug up by Guerra. Van Orden goes to McGraw. Good hit by McGraw because she saw the open, so she just floated it. Hewitt getting ready to serve for Hawaii. 15 serving 11. Gets it in. McGraw in the air. Van Orden on a step-out move. She goes to Camp. Camp hits it and gets the block. Went off one of the blockers in the back row. I think it went off of Weber. So it's 15-12. UCLA comes back to a 3-point deficit, and serving will be McGraw. McGraw gets it in. Waiting for it is Mafua outside to Weber, and that block, it goes out. So Weber with the kill. Serving is Van Orden. Kai Hui in the air. Mafua short, very short set to Hartung. Guerra serving, some confusion in the back row for Hawaii. Danielson is blocked. Hawaii blocks it back. Danielson serves. That's in the air by Guerra. Van Orden and McGraw hits it through the Hawaii defense and hits it out. 18-14, Hawaii.
McGraw, I think, got a pretty good set that time. Had an open court, just could not convert. Big difference between 18-14 and 17-15 had she converted.
Serving is Kai Hui. Guerra in the air. Back set goes to Reeves. Danielson was there, but the block went out.
Kelly Reeves, as you said, second generation Bruin. Mom, Jeannie Beaupre Reeves, former Olympian. in the crowd with her husband Mike.
Serving it's Reeves, Wahine, Mafua, and Hewitt. Danny Mafua serving, dug up by Reeves. Van Orden, and Sage hits it wide. So UCLA, some trouble there getting things going. Mike Seeley doesn't really like what he sees. He calls a timeout. 20-15, Hawaii leads in the second set. Two teams at this time of the year, right at the beginning, has become a real tradition. Serving is Kidder in the air. Ball is hit over by Danielson. Good dig by Kidder. There's McGraw. That's dug up by Wahine, chased down by Mafua. The ball is hit by Satelli. That's in the air by Guerra. And that's at the net. The ball is over by Hewitt. Camp and Aquino. Good wall right in the middle. Serving is McGraw. Wahine, Mafua. Step out. Hartung. Hartung again following the block. Mafua. Ball is hit by Satelli. That's up by Smith. Overpass. And that's hit there by Weber. And the ball goes off UCLA and then out. 23-18. 4-point cushion for Hawaii. 23-19. Gets it across. Wahine, Mafua. Step out. Hartung. And Hartung angles it back, hits the floor for the point. It is now Aloha ball in the second game. Aida double dribbling the ball, now ready. Gets it in the air by Guerra. Van Orden. Ball is put over that time by Reeves, still alive. UCLA coaches are up. That's what got my attention. The signal has been made for the end of the game. Dave Shoji's not saying anything. He's going to take his team to the other side of the court. I don't really know what happened here.
Well, how it works on doing a pancake dig is just like this. Elizabeth Wahine just slides her hand under the ball like it's a spatula. She starts way back here and then comes way forward, covers a lot more territory when you can do that spatula pancake dig and really stretch your arm out, get it low to the floor, stick your hand under, watch her slide it right under and it pops straight up. There's Wahine, the all-time leading digs per set leader in Rainbow Wahine history.
Ball into the net by Satelli, saved by Mafua. Ball comes over, Mafua again. Danielson goes to Weber. Weber goes cross court, hits it too wide. Dave Shoji not patient at all here in the third. Hartung into that front row now for Hawaii. Serving is Sage for UCLA. Diving dig, that time by Danielson. Weber gets it over. Advantage for UCLA, and getting the ball down is Camp. Satelli gets it in the air by McGraw. And then McGraw hits it off of Danielson. They go outside to Weber. Reeve just gets it over. Pancake doesn't work. McGraw serves dug up by Danielson. Mafua to Weber. That's dug up by Guerra. UCLA they go to number 2, Reeves. Reeves all of a sudden has come alive here for the Bruins. And the Bruins lead 7-5. And Dave Shoji is not pleased. Crowd quiets. Guerra to Van Orden. And a point for Hawaii as that went off the block and out.
She's a good one.
Mafua back to Danielson. That's blocked. Danielson with the save. Another save. Ball is over by Hewitt. Hawaii tries it again. Hewitt into the back row. That's McGraw. Van Orden. Kidder. And that goes off of Danielson and out. That's a point for UCLA.
And it brings Mike Seeley up off the bench to clap for his team. He was really happy and pleased with that rally.
Coming into the game for Hawaii is Mita Uiato. She comes in for Mafua. We told you that Shoji appeared to be upset with his setter, Mafua.
No, Mafua is still in. She came in for Satelli.
Serving is Hewitt. That ball is dug up by Guerra. Ball is hit over and down by Reeves. So UCLA not being caught here in the third. Satele comes out into the game. Comes Uyato. Mafua in the front row. She remains. 2 setters in the game right now. Saving it is Kai Hui. Outside it goes. And that's off the block on the hit by Weber. Weber was way off balance. She was able to make contact, but it did go off the block. So it's 13-12. Uyato serving to tie this set. Ball is pushed over by McGraw. Nobody there defensively for Hawaii. Ball comes over. Not a good hit by Hartung. UCLA, that's off the block. Not a good contact again by Danielson. Ball is hit by Reeves, and that is a point for UCLA.
Highly recruited freshman out of San Diego comes up, gets her 5th kill, and is really fired up. She's a very emotional player, very intense. Very often is the first one to practice, last one to leave, that kind.
Hawaii got
very coachable.
Hawaii got to 1 point deficit, and now they're down by 3 again. McGraw to serve for UCLA. Stuck up by Danielson. Mafua with a back set. Hartung, that'll be returned. Ball is hit by Reeves. That's off Hui. Mafua goes to Weber. That'll be returned. McGraw is there. And then Van Orden. Ball is hit over by Reeves. And it is now 16-12 UCLA. Uyato in the air. Weber gets it over. That will be returned by UCLA. Diving dig by Danielson. They go to the outside, and being blocked is Kaela Goodman just into the game, number 2. And Hawaii just is not effective at all. It is 17-12. UCLA dominating here in the third game. Guerra able to dig it up. There's Reeves. That'll be returned. Uyato gets it to Hartung, and they just waited for Hartung and ambushed her. And that was Kate Camp. Hawaii trailing by 4. Can they catch up here in the third? Mafua serves down the line. McGraw works it to Van Orden. Ball is hit over by Reeves, and that goes off Hui. Saved by Danielson. Hui got it again, but they say it was out. If they are going to make a move, now would be a good time. Danielson getting ready to serve. Gets it in. Reeves guides it. Ball is hit over by Kidder. Hawaii will return it. Dug up by Mafua. Back set Kidder. Danielson near the net. Ball is hit over by Hewitt. Great job by Guerra to keep it alive. And then McGraw hits it. Guerra able to make it survive for UCLA. Satele. That's in the air by Van Orden. Guerra goes cross court, and Kidder hits it off of Hui.
That was a big point, big rally. Huge point for UCLA.
Danielson in the air. Mafua guides that to Weber. Weber, that's off Guerra. And then the big hit by UCLA. Serving will be Kidder. That's an ace. That went right between the legs of Danielson. 23-17. Danielson to Mafua. Satele is blocked back by McGraw. Satele again off the block. But keeping it alive is Kidder. Down the middle comes Reeves. Great save by Danielson. Goes to Weber, and she hits it way out. Or did she? Did it go off the block? No, they say it's out. Serving is Hewitt. That ball is dug up by Reeves. And McGraw is right there, hits it down in front of Danielson. And Danielson looking a little fatigued, just a little fatigued as she walks off the court, because she has been the central point. UCLA has attacked her all night. UCLA wins the third. We'll be back with game 4 in a moment.